last minute predictions, last minute thoughts, post weigh-in thoughts. We have a special guest today. His name is Saif, Ibraheem. Yeah, Saif, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for having me on today, man.
Absolutely. Like, you can tell the people about yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Saif Ibraheem. I am the founder, CEO of UFE, the Ultimate Fan Experience. And what we do is we bring fans closer than ever to their favorite MMA fighters. We do this, we partner with fighters. They come out with their own collections. Within these collections, you can have experiences with fighters. So, for example, our first fighter, Niko Price, he's going to be launching his own collection, and within there's going to be experience. He's a huge fisherman, so one of the experiences is an all expenses paid trip to go and go fishing with Niko Price. Also, if you buy from the NFT collection, you automatically get entered into a Discord where you can chat directly with that fighter to be able to have easy access to that fighter. It's the first of its kind. There's no real platform where its main goal is to bring fans closer than ever to fighters. So I'm super excited for what we have coming. But that's about me.
Hey, I like that too, man, because like the fans are kind of close to others, athletes in other sports, like basketball players. They're kind of close to football players, but it's not like that in MMA, you know? So like, I think that's a good platform, man, for like MMA fans who want to get closer to the athletes.
100%. I really like think about this like a perfect example. This guy, his name was, no, do you know who Aljamain Sterling is? Obviously, you probably do.
Yeah, the champion.
Yeah, the champion, obviously. But there's his videographer, his name's Taekwondo Guy on TikTok. Like, I use that as a great example of like what it means to like be connected with a fighter. Like, through social media, he was able to link up with Aljamain Sterling, and now Aljamain Sterling has a lifelong friend and videographer in this guy, and they both benefit immensely off their friendship now. Like, I think about like these guys, right? Like, there's no access to them, and a lot of individuals could bring a lot of value to fighters as well. Not only just, you know, feeling connected to them, but in a way of like, I can bring value to you. A lot of fans I know can offer a lot of value for fighters. So it's all about really getting them connected.
Well, that's cool, man. So we're gonna dive into UFC 281. Like you were saying before we start recording, you said you were excited, right?
Oh, I'm so excited for this fight card. Anyone who's actually in the UFE Discord, we're actually going to be streaming the fights for our community members. So make sure you're in there. We're going to be having a cool little watch party.
Yeah, and absolutely. Like I was telling Saif, we're going to put the information in the description so they can just go and click on the links. So that's cool. But man, I was telling my brother, you know, lately it's been a bunch of people pulling out of fights because of injuries and, you know, this and that. I was praying, and it's not fight night yet too, so we still got another 24 hours. But I'm praying to this day that Alex or Israel, neither one of them get injured or pulls out.
Oh, that would suck, dude. Because I'm so excited for this fight card tomorrow, and that fight is so intriguing to me. I really don't know how it's going to play out.
All right. So what we can do is we're going to start at the bottom and just go through each fight, man, and we're going to
Let's do it.
You said what?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
At the end, bro, of each fight, we're going to just give our prediction. The first one, man, is Carlos Ulanbekov versus Nikolai. I'm not going to try to say his last name, but man, it's funny, man. On my channel, it's a lot of people picking Carlos to win this fight. And there's a lot of people like commenting and saying like he's just the technical prowess, the striking.
Wait, which fight are we talking about?
Okay, I'm on the Sure Dog. And sometimes like the order be different depending on what website you're on.
Sure Dog. I'm just on Google.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, the Carlos versus Nikolai, the light heavyweight fight.
Oh, okay. So we got. Okay, let's do this.
You know, Carlos. You know who he trained with, right?
No.
Carlos trained with the champ, Israel.
Really? Is he from CKB? He's from a city kickboxing dude? Okay. Oh, yeah.
It's a couple guys from there, man. Dan Hooker, Brad Riddell.
Yeah, 4 dudes total I know are fighting from CKB, so.
That's crazy, man. But, yeah, man, a lot of people picking Carlos to win this fight. But I think people are overthinking it because if we were talking about like a striking match, Carlos would obliterate Nikolai. But this is MMA, and you throw in the wrestling, you throw in the aggression, you throw in the clinch. You know, like you throw in the durability. I don't know how Nikolai does it, man, but some kind of way he's able to win these fights in the UFC. But it's weird because Carlos only got one loss too. So it's not like he just been getting destroyed. And his one loss comes against Kennedy. I mean, he was winning on the feet, man. Like, he was just like, he was picking Kennedy apart. But I mean, he started to slow down. I don't know if it was fatigue or it was just, Kennedy is just a big guy.
He's huge.
Yeah, bro, he's like, what, 6'4", man? And then his reach is like 80 something. It's like, bro, this is this big mammoth of a guy, man. But that's why I'm picking Nikolai, because the control and certain aspects of MMA that people don't like talking about, man. It's not just striking and wrestling and jiu-jitsu. It's also like control and aggression and clinch work against the cage. I think Nikolai is going to just make it just a dirty type of fight. I don't think Carlos, because when he fought Kennedy, like when they were throwing hands, it looked like, I mean, obviously he was winning the fight. He ended up getting knocked out because they was throwing hands, and it looked like he more comfortable on the outside, like throwing kicks.
Yeah, dude, honestly, another factor of this is like with the whole city kickboxing team being out there, like I wonder like how much of a team aspect really helps in these fights. Like, does he feel like he's really going to war? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wonder like if that's going to transfer to all. Here's a question for you. What do you think they go 4 for 4? You think they all win from there?
No, absolutely not, man. I'm like, it's a couple weird ones. Okay, this one is a weird one because him and Nikolai, you got technique versus grit and aggression. And then like Brad Riddell, right? He's another one, man. He's aggressive. Like, he ain't the fastest guy, but he still has the technique and like, he's a kickboxer. All right, but Renato, I think Renato is on a different level than Brad.
Renato's got that fucking power too, bro. He's so decisive with his punching.
I'm gonna tell you who I know off rip, because for Brad and Renato, those fights can go either or either way, because Brad lost 2 in a row, man, and man, he can't lose no more fights, man. So that's actually a close one. But I'm gonna tell you this: my money on Dan Hooker. And I don't know about Israel, man. I'm going to say this. You know what? I'm going to say they're going to go, I say 1 win. I say 1 win and 3 losses, man.
So you only have Dan Hooker winning?
Yes.
Okay.
But at the same time, the other 3 fights are so close.
So close.
Like, the other fights are not mismatches. They're like real close fights.
Yeah. To be honest, where I start getting a good understanding of all the fighters is like starting at Ottman Azaitar versus Matt Frivola. Like Karolina Kowalkiewicz, I know her. She's obviously a big name. I don't really have an opinion on those.
I'm going to go through these real fast, right? Okay, Carlos versus Nikolai. I'm going with Nikolai. Probably close fight, but him just controlling every aspect of it. Julio Arce versus Montiel, man, I got to go with the size of Montiel, the athletic ability. Man, he just on a different level. Sung Woo Choi and Michael Trezano, I'm picking whoever fighting against Michael. Because Michael, man, like he's had ups and downs, man, but like it's just, he don't pull the trigger as much as I want him to. Carolina versus Silvana, we're going to go with Silvana. She has the hands, she has the knockout power, man. But at the same time, like, Carolina has the volume and the cardio and experience. But like, 100%. I'm gonna have to go with the power on this one. Okay, now we're gonna get to the Matt Frivola versus Ottman fight, man. You got anything you want to say about this one?
What, the Matt Frivola and Ottman?
Yeah.
Dude, so I'm pretty in good contact with Matt Frivola's manager. And I know that he's saying that he's like look, he's looking really good. But dude, Ottman Azaitar is a monster, bro. And like, he's been gone for now, like he hasn't fought in like 2-3 years or something. But like, he's good. Like, he's very good. So I gotta go Ottman.
Oh God.
But
I didn't know that.
I could see it going either way.
I didn't know he didn't fight in 2 years, because I was just so amazed by his talent, man. He hasn't fought since, let me see, September 2020. So that's 2 years.
Yeah,
that makes a difference. You know what's funny though, man? You know what's funny?
Up?
This is a winnable fight for Matt. It just, sometimes his decision making is not the best. Like, 100%. Okay, his striking, honestly, man, like, his striking ain't bad. It's just sometimes he can get wild. his wrestling is real good. If he can get better at mixing the striking with the wrestling, he actually can win this fight. But he step in the octagon, he kind of do what Michael Chandler does, where he tries to entertain and excite the crowd. And sometimes it could end with him losing. Yeah, and honestly, and people say he got a bad chin. He only been knocked out by, didn't Terrence McKinney knock him out? And what's this guy named Marco Reyes? So, like, he hasn't been knocked out by scrubs, man. He just, that's why I said on my predictions video, the people who knocked him out are fighters with pinpoint accuracy. You know, like, he's not just getting knocked out, like, with just one shot. He just straight punches, you know? And it's interesting because Ottman don't really throw a lot of straight punches. He throws looping punches, man. That's why the more I think about this fight, the more I think that, like, Matt has a chance. You know, am I picking him to win this fight? Absolutely not. But you might pick him, but, like, who do you think gonna win?
I think Ottman wins this, bro, to be honest. Like, I know, like, in his mind, he wants to be a champion. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, he holds himself to such a high regard. And, like, usually I don't bet against those guys.
You talking about, like, you want to tell you a good example, man, of somebody who has, like, the championship mindset, like Jamal Hill. Because, like, when he fights people, it's almost like nothing can stop him.
100%. He automatically, he already thinks he's champion type of thing.
But the thing is with Matt, man, like, you know, he has a good track record, man. Like, he fought Terrence McKinney, Arman Sarukian, Luis Pena, Jalen Turner, Lando Venata, man, like,
he's fought some good dudes, bro.
Yeah, he's fought some great guys, man. Like, so you think that experience can work in his favor?
100%, but, like, dude, Ottman has experience as well. And Ottman's, like, he trains with some killers, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then, you know, his takedown defense is 100% too, man. So that doesn't make things better for Matt, you know, because Ottman's takedown defense is 100%. And I've seen some of his earlier fights, and he was stuffing takedowns, and whenever he did get taken down, he popped back up, or he just reversed position. I don't know why Matt took this fight. It's just a horrible matchup. Sometimes fighters do this, man. They take these big names or these dangerous fights to prove how tough they are, and a lot of times it don't end too good.
100%, bro. It's it is, you know, that is how it is, bro. Like, experience does prevail. Like, it's gonna show big thing. But, dude, Ottman, I don't know. I see it going his way. Yeah,
I hate to dive too deep into this, and the fight lasts 30 seconds, and it's like, dang. But the next one, man, we got Andre Petrosky versus Wellington Turman. Are you familiar with these guys?
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever watched The Ultimate Fighter, that one season he was on there. I watched that season. That was with Alexander Volkanovski and Brian Ortega. So I know Andre. And he's also a really good wrestler. He was a good wrestler.
Who won The Ultimate Fighter?
That year?
Yeah.
I think it was... what's his name? Brian Battle? Yeah, it was Brian Battle.
It was Brian Battle.
And then Wellington Turman is good too. But I don't know. I think, here's the thing. If like Wellington can, like, put the heat on Andre, he's gonna lose. But, like, if he can stay composed and, like, be the bigger, like, just make the better decisions, Andre will win.
But that's interesting. Yeah, man, like, I'm gonna be honest, man, like, with both of these guys, I'm not too impressed with either of their striking, man. Like, both of them are killers on the ground. And if this fight hit the ground, I'm gonna lean towards Andre, because, like, we've seen what Andre did to Nick Maximov, man. Like, you know, like, he got cut from the UFC, but he ain't no slouch, man. Especially, like, on the ground. He is no slouch. But, man, like, both of they striking, just Andre sits bad, and he throws the left hand, and you can see it coming from a mile away. And he throws kicks, like body kicks and stuff, bro. But you can tell, like, they're both awkward on the feet. But what's interesting is Wellington only can fight his way. It's interesting because, like, if he gets aggressive and if he takes down Andre, will that be a mistake? Because we've seen Wellington take people down.
That would be a mistake, because Andre's a good wrestler. Unless he, like, can control his back, you know, because every wrestler has problems fighting off their back like that. But regardless, I think it'd be bad.
Yeah, Andre is a strong guy too, man. You see him physically, man. So you don't want to go to the ground with someone who's big, strong, and just as technical as he is too, man. So my co-host, he definitely thinks Andre is going to destroy him, Wellington. But it's weird, man, because a lot of these guys have all these wins and they get to the UFC and they start just racking up losses. And it's like, dang, man, you was undefeated beforehand, and now you done lost like 5 in a row. It's like, dang. But yeah, the middleweight division, I'm gonna be honest, man. The middleweight division is kind of like watered down right now. That's why I like guys. That's why I like guys like Joseph Pyfer, man, and you got even like what's the guy named Bo Nichols. You know, bro, like they come in to spice things up. But the middleweight division is. Oh, you know who else I like? Drickus Duplessis. I like Drickus. Who else?
Dude, he fights at UFC 282. I'm excited for that card too.
He's fighting who?
He's fighting Darren Till. Duplessis.
Yeah, man, we're gonna talk about Darren Till another day. I think he overrated. But
Yeah.
It is what it is, man. But now we got another one, man. I think this one is really gonna be a sleeper, man. Like Erin Blanchfield versus Molly McCann. What do you think about this one?
Which one?
The Erin Blanchfield.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was looking at my phone for a second. Honestly, I think Erin Blanchfield could win this one. I do think Molly McCann could also win it, but like, I just think Erin Blanchfield is more like, I don't know. I see Erin Blanch. I could see it going either way, but I'm more leaning towards Erin Blanchfield.
Yeah, man. I've seen some of Erin's fights, man. She fought Miranda Maverick, taking her down. I think she took her down like 7 times. Man, controlled on the ground. And Miranda is a strong girl. So it's like you manhandling Miranda like that. And it's like, if you can manhandle Miranda, you definitely can do that to Molly. And then I believe Molly's takedown defense is like 64%. This is just a recipe for disaster. Like Molly, and then she got 2 spinning back knockouts, but you know, they're more than likely not gonna happen again, especially not against Erin. And my prediction is I think Erin is gonna be fighting for the belt one day because her skill set. So I'm calling it right now that I'm not saying she's gonna beat Valentina, but she's definitely going to get a title shot soon and definitely going to fight for the belt. But Molly, man, she's dangerous. She's exciting. She's been more aggressive as of late, you know, because she does have a bunch of decision wins. But at the same time, you know, I love fighters who go for it and they fight exciting. I don't know what she was thinking taking this fight against Erin, who's just better than her everywhere. But, I mean, she might go out there and land something, man. You never know.
100%. She still could come out with a fucking spinning elbow and get the job done.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Next one, bro, we got Ryan Spann. This is the one. This one we gonna get woke right here, man. We gonna get woke when these guys fight, man.
Oh, this is gonna be a good fight. I'm excited for Dominic Reyes versus Ryan Spann.
I know, man. These 2 big guys, bro. These guys are what, like 6'4", 6'5", man. And
6'4", yeah.
Oh man, especially Ryan Spann. But yeah, man, I really don't know about this one, man. I don't know. Because it's weird because Dominic Reyes, he lost to Jerry, Jan Blachowicz, and John Jones. But those are champions. All those guys were champions. But what's odd with Dominic Reyes is he lost to guys who were former champion or champions. And he beat a bunch of people who were scrubs, man. Like he beat, like Chris Weidman is past his prime. He beat Ovens. Ovens is inconsistent. His only real win he has is against Jarrett because he beat Volkan, but I don't think he beat Volkan. That was a gift.
Yeah.
And it's like his only real win comes against Jared Cannonier, and Jared moved down to middleweight. So it's like,
yeah, bro. And like the thing he hypes up all the time is his almost win against John Jones, and I get annoyed when fighters do that. Like, oh, I almost, like, dude, you lost. Who cares? Just get over it, you know?
That's what Gray Maynard did that against Frankie Edgar. Somebody else did that too, man. Oh yeah, Johnny Hendricks did that to after he fought GSP, and like they were, which I think that was a robbery, but they were talking like they were the champion. And it's like, I understand it was a close fight, but you didn't win, so you got to come back and fight again and hopefully win that one. But you're not the champion. And honestly, I think he did beat John Jones. That's the funny thing. I don't know how you win the first 3 rounds and lose a 5-round decision. I don't know how that's possible, especially when you didn't lose 10-8 in any of them. Yeah, bro, Ryan Spann, inconsistent, man. Like, you never know what you get with Ryan Spann. And then you beat Kutalabo, but Kutalabo, like, if Kutalabo, I think Kutalabo's fighting like next week. if Kusalaba loses this fight, he's out. If Ryan Spann does his thing where he just shoots for takedowns and he's getting hit with elbows and he's steady going for it, it's like, bro, what are you doing, bro? You got to find other ways to win.
He's also got crisp combos too, Ryan Spann.
Yeah.
Like very crisp combos.
Very powerful, man. But on this one, who you going with?
You know, dude, I got to go with Dominic Reyes. I just have that feeling he's like, he wants to come back with a win. I mean, especially he's been training with killers, bro. He switched up camps. He's now training with Teixeira and Pereira.
Teixeira.
What?
He's training with Teixeira.
Glover Teixeira.
For real?
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting because if they both win, then I wonder how things are going to work out if they both win their fights. Because if Glover wins against Jerry and Dominic Reyes, say if Dominic Reyes get a highlight reel knockout, I wonder if they'll fight each other. That's real interesting, man. But my prediction is I really don't know because with Dominic Reyes, he lost to great guys, but he also beat people who were kind of mediocre. So he's kind of like where in the middle where he really hasn't, in my opinion, proved himself other against Jon Jones. And in my opinion, he should have beat Jon Jones because that was Jon Jones when he was the most beatable. Because, you know, Jon Jones at that time, he was doing drugs and he was doing this and doing that. I think he was the most susceptible then. And he still, if anything, you could look at it as if, yeah, he lost to Jon Jones and he came close to beating him, but you also can look at it like he should have won. He should have did more and beat a susceptible and vulnerable Jon Jones. I'm gonna have to go with Dominic Reyes, man. Like Ryan Spann it's like he's Superman, but he's only Superman when he's fighting against people like who are not dangerous. You know, because like when he fought Anthony Smith, I didn't see a lot of energy.
Yeah, bro. I when Dominic Reyes fought Jon Jones, like at that point, I just didn't see Jon Jones. Like Jon Jones, like I feel like he was the king for too long at that division, and he was like not really like motivated for any of those fights at that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's that, but it was also some other stuff going on too with drugs. I'm not going into details about anything, man, but it was just like a lot of Jon Jones was going through a lot of stuff at the time, man, mentally and just like I'm not going to go into details, but because I'm gonna say allegedly, man. So I just think he was at his worst then, that Jon Jones. I can't wait to see these guys fight, man, and it's gonna be very exciting. Hopefully, I want Ryan Spann to win, but my mind telling me that Dominic Reyes gonna win.
My mind's telling me no.
Yeah, I like Ryan Spann too, though.
Yeah, I like him too. It just, if you're gonna be an alpha male, you gotta, you know how Jamal Hill, he keep his same energy no matter who he's fighting.
Yeah, he's very smooth.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about his striking. I'm talking about his mentally, his energy, man.
Yeah, he's like very relaxed. He's like going.
Yeah, Ryan Spann, he doesn't keep his energy. Like if he fighting against a scrub, he'll be like, okay, the alpha male, you know, I'm gonna destroy him. But if he's fighting against somebody in the top 5, it's like all that energy is gone. It's like, bro, like if you're the alpha male, you the alpha male, man. Like you pick and choose what days you want to show up, man. You can't even do that. If that makes sense.
100%.
Okay, next, man, we got Renato versus Brad Riddell. This is the fight I'm the most confident in. Well, no, the Dan Hooker is the one I'm most confident in. But I still think Renato is going to win, man. You rolling with Brad on this one?
To be honest, I think I'm going to Renato too.
It's so sad, man. Like, Brad lost 2 in a row, man. But what's weird, he lost to Jalen Turner and Rafael Fasiev. So it's like...
Fasiev's a monster, though.
Yeah, exactly. So he's no scrub. It's like you're losing to guys who, like, top 5 talent guys. These are not normal guys you're losing to. You're not losing to, like, the Judobers. And no offense, I love Judober. He's one of my favorite fighters, man. But, like, Judober is not in top 10. That's one way you could look at it. Another way you could look at it is he lost 2 in a row, you know. But Renato, like, most of the time he brings it, but every now and then you get a version of Renato where it's like, bro, you could have stayed at home.
100%, bro. Dude, remember that one fight where I forgot which one it was, but it was Renato Moicano and one other dude. I think it was in Brazil, the fight where there was no fans because COVID just started. But the guy was like, I wanted the fight to go longer. Then why you submit me? Then why you submit? Whatever it was. That was such a funny interaction with Renato.
Was it Demir?
It might have been.
Oh. Man, I don't know, man. Like Renato, he kind of give off that Charles Oliveira energy, man. Like with the power, the striking, the jiu-jitsu. You know how like early on in Charles' career, he was taking unnecessary, like one-sided beatings, and then he kind of turned it around towards the end. You know, because when he first started fighting, he didn't have that much experience. And then over time, like he got better, he got more experience, man. He started going on a win streak. I think Renato is doing the same thing, but people could say, okay, he lost his last fight. He took the RDA fight like on 1 week's notice. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah, but Renato, like, yeah, he's just like Charles Oliveira, in my opinion.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I don't know. I'm taking him to Renato.
Easy win, man.
Yeah.
Okay,
but dude, do you know anything about Claudio Puelles? I've never actually not really heard of him.
Oh, Claudio is the guy. You remember he fought Clay Guida and Clay took him down, and I think, was it a heel hook or what was it? Oh, a knee bar. And it was like Clay, why would you take him down, man? Like, he has one way to win. But he has a bunch of submissions, bro, but most of them come by like knee bar, and he's like a one-trick pony. He's one of those type guys.
Damn, he has in his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In his last 8, he has 4 knee bar finishes. Half of his finishes are knee bar finishes.
That's crazy. Like he's a one-trick pony, but it works. And like it's funny because a lot of times you see fighters going for knees and going for heels. 98% of the time they don't get it. But he's one of the small percentage of guys who actually go for it, and he has a lot of success doing it. But the striking is not quite there yet, but it's not bad. It's getting better because he had a fight early on in his career where he just got starched and got embarrassed. But I think people are sleeping on his striking, but and then like he be shooting for his takedowns are like, bruh, his takedowns are like, you know how Chase Hooper does this thing where like he grab legs, grab arms, he just try to get his hand on his opponent. That's kind of what Claudia does. It's not like technical wrestling. It's not like, okay, I'm gonna do a single leg or I'm gonna toss you. It's more of I'm gonna just grab you.
Exactly.
But honestly, my boy fighting him, man, Dan Hooker. There's no way. The only way I see Dan losing if he just tries to take him down. Because when Dan fought against Nazareth, I'm not gonna lie, he was getting beat on the feet and he started taking him down. But the thing is, do you want to take down Claudia? So it's like, if Dan can keep the fight on the feet, he really don't need a knockout, man. You need a win. If he can keep 100%. The fight on the feet, man, and just fight safe, win on points, he should get the W. But if he gets too aggressive, sometimes he takes chances, man. He can get finished or he can lose.
100%, bro. And like we've seen Dan Hooker now get finished, so like he's got to be on the lookout for that. But he is back at lightweight, so we'll see how that goes actually.
Yeah, and also if you look at who finished him too, he's been finished by Arnold Allen. I don't know why he fought at featherweight. That was horrible. He's been finished by Islam, who is the current champion, and he took that fight on short notice. Michael embarrassed. I can't defend that. If he doesn't fight Islam on short notice, man, who's to say that maybe he's on the win streak? Maybe he's on like a 3 or 4 fight win streak, man. But he needs his W to get his confidence back up.
100%, bro. He's been on kind of a skid, so he needs he needs to just get a win in the win column.
You know what's weird, man? And I'm not trying to attack Tony Ferguson, but some people say that Tony Ferguson can beat Dan Hooker, and I'm just like, no way, man. Y'all are being too extreme. There's no way Tony can beat Dan Hooker, but because he's
You think that? To be honest, bro, I would take Tony over Dan.
No, but look at who Dan lost to. Dan lost to Islam and Arnold Allen, though. You know what I mean? So
you do have a good point. Like they aren't all tough losses. Like it's not like he's lost to scrubs,
But maybe they in the same boat because they both unorthodox with their striking. Sometimes they be losing and they come back and get a highlight reel knockout or submission. Like these guys are not really clean and crisp, man. Like their striking is like kind of wild almost, man. And just so they might be in the same category. It should be an easy win. But if Dan can beat Claudia, because it gets worse from Claudia. You know what I mean? Because like Claudia not even in the top 15. So if you can't beat Claudia, you definitely can't beat nobody else. You can't beat Drew Dober. You can't beat nobody. You definitely can't beat Jalen Turner. I think Dan gonna stick to the game plan because look who's fighting, bro. You got Israel fighting and you got Carlos fighting. You got 2 other strikers fighting who he trained with. So he's definitely gonna have the technical advantage, and he's definitely gonna fight technically. Or he should.
He should. Yes.
Are you familiar with Chris Gutierrez?
Chris Gutierrez, I have not seen much.
Yeah, and honestly, and I did some research for this fight,
Holy
man. And
shit, dog. He's got fucking win after win after win after. Why are they sending Frankie on this guy, bro?
Because like there's a tier that he's not in yet, and he has to beat Frankie to enter the next tier. And the thing is, Frankie is in the next tier, so they think Frankie can beat him because he's not elite yet. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like they're really testing, or really this Frankie's last fight though, so he's not being tested. But this is a test for Chris to see.
This is a huge test for Chris.
Yeah, can you beat a former champion? Can you beat somebody who fought in 3 different weight classes? Speaking of 3 different weight classes, man, it's crazy. Like Frankie, he started off as a lightweight, man, went down to featherweight. In my opinion, he should have stayed at featherweight. I don't know why he left. Then he fought at bantamweight. It's like, bro, this dude, he done it all.
100%, bro. He's literally done it all.
The only thing is with Frankie, he has some questionable decision wins on his record. Bro, like, I can go down a list, especially in his prime.
Go down a list.
Yeah, especially more so in his prime. But, like, as of late, oh, yeah, that Pedro Munoz fight. Yeah, that was a robbery. That was a robbery, bro. Like, Pedro beat Frankie.
Yeah, that was also, yeah. So technically he should be on like a 5 fight.
I know, man. It's kind of hard to pick somebody. But look, Max Holloway, Korean Zombie, Pedro, Corey Sandhagen, Marlon Vera. Those are some tough guys.
Damn, bro. The beginning of Frankie's career, though, was fucking insane, bro.
Oh, yeah, man. It was insane, man. Not even that, man. But, like, when his reign was almost legendary, man. Like, he's always ready for a title shot. Like, when he was in his prime, like, they could call him on, like, 1 day's notice, and he would take the fight. Like, he would do it. The only thing is, the biggest issue I had with Frankie is I don't think he beat BJP in their first fight, man.
Yeah.
And honestly, man, then the Gray Maynard fight where he got hurt multiple times, 10-8'd multiple rounds, and some kind of way he won a split. Or it was a split draw. But, yeah, that should have been a win for Gray. But, yeah, like Frankie, I mean, I'm more a fan of Frankie's heart, his passion, bro, like his will to win. It just, his fighting skills, like the moving around, it's almost like he be running from people. Like he moves around, he throws leg kicks. And, like, he doesn't really try to hurt his opponent. He just tries to do enough to win the round. Does that make sense?
100%, bro. He's more he's trying to come out of the win with a win. He's pitter patting instead of going full blown at that.
Yeah, that's another guy who did. Another guy who did that is Michael Bisping, and like he did that. He made a whole legacy off winning close fights that he didn't really, in my opinion, that he didn't deserve. But yeah, bro, like this is tough, man, because you got the legend versus, the up-and-coming prospect, man. And it's tough to say who I want to win because Frankie doesn't just lose to anybody. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you're not a contender until you become a contender. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
you're right.
Say maybe one day Chris is in the top 10. Man, like when I did the prediction video, I went with Chris, but now I'm going with Frankie Edgar because of who he lost to. And it just takes a certain type of person to beat Frankie. You can't just be like Joe Blow. Because even remember when he fought Yair Rodriguez and he was the young lion and Frankie just took him down and ground and pounded him, man. It was just kind of brutal. But that was like 10 years ago, so I don't know, man. If I had to make a prediction, I might go with Frankie on this one. His last fight in his career.
Yeah, so for me, honestly, what I've noticed, and because I always usually pick the dude I like when I'm picking fights, but to be honest, what I've noticed, especially from a lot of bettors, is the dude who's on the way out and the dude who's on the come up, it's usually the dude that's on the come up that wins. So for that reason, I'm taking Chris, but I do want Frankie to win this.
Okay, now we got a fun one, man. We got Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler. Woo, I can't wait, man. I can't wait for this one. Oh, man. What do you think about this one?
Bro, this is going to be an amazing fight. I honestly think the winner of this fight is Conor McGregor. But dude, I have no idea. This is like such a good fight, and it's gonna be like a Michael Chandler versus Justin Gaethje fight. Like, it's gonna be good.
But Dustin don't fight like that. Like, Justin can get sucked into a brawl easily. Dustin, he's more disciplined when it comes to his striking and his hands, and he's very methodical, and he's calculated about how much energy he uses. But this is a 3-round fight too, so it's not like it's a 5-round fight. So we might see Dustin more aggressive.
True, and he's been saying how he's coming out there to like get a finish. So I think we see a very like motivated Dustin Poirier and like coming out there to bang. You know,
motivated? I don't know, man. It's hard to say, man, but he has so many other things. His family, he has his business. Like Dustin, the only thing he hasn't really achieved is winning the lightweight belt.
100%.
So it's like, other than that, he's achieved so much. When do fighters say, you know what, I've had enough, I've had a great career, I got, more than 20 fights in the UFC? I think he has more than 20 wins in the UFC too. Like,
yeah,
when do a fighter, huh?
He's got a shit ton.
Is he motivated? Maybe, but I think Michael's gonna be more motivated. But Dustin looked good his last fight against Charles. He looked real hungry. Man, I'm gonna have to go with Michael on this one. I'm gonna be real, man. Dustin beat Conor, so I'm looking for Dustin to get knocked out. No, I'm just playing. No, but seriously though, man, there's too much power at Michael Chandler, man. Like, it takes a lot to even survive the rounds with Michael, and you still be conscious.
You're right, bro. Dude, it's a tough fight. I don't know. I think I gotta go. I don't know, man. It's tough.
Then,
I think Dustin Poirier, man. But
and then Dustin, he's in Louisiana with me, man. So like, part of me wants to pick him, man. But I'm also a big Michael Chandler fan, so I kind of want to go with Michael. My heart is going with Michael, but my mind is going with Dustin Poirier, because Dustin more likely to stick with a game plan for 3 rounds, and Michael is going to stick with a game plan for 30 seconds, and then he's going to throw all that out the window. Man, I hope they meet in the center of the octagon and just throw down, man.
Yeah, bro, that'd be such a fun fight if they just did that. Just started striking. But I honestly think Michael Chandler's going to try to go in there and take him down. So
they think they slick. Speaking of fun fights, you got Weili versus Carlo Esparza. They think they slick. Okay, they have this fight, the exciting Michael versus Dustin fight, before Carlo. Because if they had the Carlo fight first, people would just wait till the fight was over with and then watch the Michael fight. So they have it beforehand, so like people can kind of stick with it and watch it. But Carla's last fight, it was impressive because she won the belt, but at the same time, it was very tentative, didn't really take no chances. Like, it was very safe, man. And it's cool, like, you doing this here and there, you know, but Carla has a track record of fighting like that, man.
Bro, she's a badass.
Oh, no, she's a bad? No. Carla's a badass. She's a great fighter. It's just her last fight was horrible.
Bro, it was very stagnant, yeah.
And honestly,
very
that's this thing they do. Okay, Carla has a history of doing it. And then Rose has a history of doing it. Like, Rose has multiple fights to where she just squeaked out a W. And even when she fought against Weili in the second fight, I think Weili won that fight. Some kind of way Rose won a decision, and it seems like each fight after that, her production decreased, her output decreased. And like, Rose used to be a killer, bro. Like, she used to be a finisher. And just like, I know these 5-round fights, man, but at the same time, I'm not seeing her. Well, we're gonna talk about this fight. We ain't gonna talk about Rose. But yeah, you match up Rose and Carla, man, like that's a recipe for disaster, man. Neither one of them gonna pull the trigger. But I'm gonna tell you who's gonna pull the trigger. Weili,
bro. I also have her win this fight.
You know, it's funny though, bro. I said all that. I'm still gonna pick Carla because I'm a secret Carla fan. Man. And just like, I don't like that when she be missing punches from a mile away. I know she's shorter for the weight class, but like, when you miss a punch and like you miss from 10 miles, you know, like, something's wrong with that. But yeah, what do you think, bro? Like, she lost the belt, man. She got finished by Rose. She came back, lost again, but then she knocked out Joanna. So
yeah, bro.
Yeah, so man, but Weili, like, you know what's funny? Weili fights a certain way, but Carla not gonna fight that type of game. She's not gonna fight that type of game, man. That type of fight.
Yeah, unless like fucking Weili brings the fight to her like that. But still, you're right. I doubt it.
So you say you're going with Whaley on this one?
I gotta go Whaley, bro. I think she gets the job done.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my girl Carla on this one, man. I'm gonna go with majority split decision.
Majority split decision. All right, I like that prediction.
Yeah, I was just playing y'all. Next, man, this is the fight we've been waiting on. Man. We got the champ Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. Oh man, Israel, he's 0-2 against Alex. One of the fights he got knocked out. They both need a win. Because Israel, he's 0-2 against Alex, so he need to get a W against Alex. But Alex need to win this fight, because if he loses fight, man, like, he might not get a title shot, you know, dude. And like, he's the one who people think gonna beat Israel. So it's like, if he loses, it's like, it's only so many times they can promote that he beat Israel years ago, you know. So they both need to win this fight. And at first I picked Alex to win, but I changed my pick to Israel.
Dude, I'm on the same boat. At first I thought Alex was gonna win this, you know, like, that was just my feeling, that, you know, after a knockout like that, like just what happened, right? I was like, you know, Alex probably can knock him out. But I've been thinking like about it, dude. Like, Adesanya is a mixed martial artist now. Like, he has so much experience being a mixed martial artist, where like, he actually is like probably the best middleweight of all time, like, in terms of everything. So like, I see Israel just easily winning this one, whether it be like decision, or like just winning every round. I could see it going like 50-45 for Israel Adesanya.
I understand what you're saying, man.
Or maybe 49-46, you know, but like, clearly wins it.
I see what you're saying, but like, that's not why I think Israel is going to win, or I thought he was going to win, because now I don't know who's going to win. I'm more 50-50 now, but the reason why I said I went from Alex to Israel is not because Israel's a better MMA fighter. They're both still kickboxers. It's not like Israel's taking anybody down. So
I think he could, bro. He might come in there and take his ass down.
I think somebody is going to take somebody down, to be honest. But because, you know, Alex trained with Glover, so it's like, you know how Glover fights. Exactly. So I was surprised if Alex get a takedown. You know what's weird? Both of these guys got long arms. They're both tall. And it's odd because, like, imagine if one of them went for like a Darth choke, or if one of them like took the other person back and wrapped them long arms around their neck and her rear neck and choked them out. But they're both strikers, man. But it'd be crazy if they done it, man. But the reason why I think Israel's gonna win this fight is, if you're gonna look at the first fight, Israel really won that fight. You know, like, it wasn't. It was
that's what a lot of people say.
Huh?
A lot of people say that I actually have never watched the first fight.
Yeah, from what I saw, Israel, okay, it was real close, right? And the later rounds, Alex kind of won. To me, it looked like Israel outpointed him. And then the second fight, Israel hurt Alex. He hurt Alex early on, and then Alex took the standing 8 count. And then obviously we know how it ended. It ended with Alex knocking out Israel, but nobody talks about the fact that Israel was winning and he hurt Alex prior to that. And then Israel was winning the first fight. You know, so it's like, I'm not gonna say Alex got lucky in the second fight, but Israel shows that he can outpoint Alex. But the only thing is, Alex don't have to worry about takedowns, but he can walk Izzy down. He can walk Izzy down, left hook, knees, head kicks. It's like, man, like, yeah, bro, like, I'm 50-50 with this fight, man. If I had to make a prediction, you know what was odd is during the face-off, bro, from, I want to say yesterday, Izzy looked like he was nervous, man. Did you catch that?
See, I didn't see I thought, I don't know, I didn't really have an opinion from the face-off. I thought it was like a typical face-off. I couldn't really tell who won that.
It was definitely back and forth, man. But so, like, what's your final prediction for this one?
I gotta go Izzy, bro. I think Izzy gets it done.
You think Izzy gets it done, right? Yeah, me too, man. You know what? I don't know, man. I don't know. I already said they're going to have 1 win and 3 losses. I'm going to stick with that. Yeah, I'm going to say and new middleweight champion, Alex Pereira.
All right. We will see, dog. I could see that too, bro. I just think Izzy gets it done.
All right, Saif. Ibraheem, I appreciate you joining us. I'm gonna put your.
Dude, I appreciate you having me on, bro. Seriously.
Yeah, I'm gonna put your information in the description so people can follow the links and go there. We got predictions coming up Sunday or Monday for Darrick Lewis versus Sergey Spivak card. I'm looking forward to that one too. Like this video and subscribe. hope everybody have a good day.
Yes. Peace out, guys. Thank you for having me.